So we are at MAF. It's our 10th edition this year. So we are with Mike from Pedestrians, which is frontman of Pedestrians. And we are going to be interviewing you now. If it's fine for you, of course. Thank you for your permit. And so I would like to begin saying that, first of all, is it your first time playing by the seaside? And if it is, I would like to understand how it makes you feel being playing your music by the seaside. Does it let you arise some emotions in particular, and which?
So thank you very much for having me. I'm really enjoying being at the seaside because it's actually we've never played near the sea, never played in front of the sea really. We've only got lakes, so we're from Switzerland. And we're just trapped and landlocked, and we don't have any sea. We've only got lakes, which are also beautiful, but we've played by lakes, but never by the seaside. So it's something that I connect very deeply to, being on a holiday, being away from home, but also feeling warm and feeling connected to nature, I guess. So I think coming here, I don't know what it's going to feel like playing next to it. But I feel like it's going to feel very free. And I think, we're very close to AGOSTO, right? So people are looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a nice party. So I think it's going to feel very free, I think. And we've got lots of songs that are about dancing, that are about opening up. And that opening up kind of adds up to this bright horizon that we see, I guess. Yeah. But it's the first time.
Yeah, this was important to us, because actually you are the only foreign band at MAF that will be performing at MAF this year.
Yeah.
So we were really curious to start with asking you about that. And second, I'd like to understand, you just arrived at MAF, right? So you probably had a walk and you had, I don't know, a beer or maybe even beer pong, because we also have beer pong this year. So I'd like to understand which are your thoughts about MAF so far, and also how do you relate with independent music festival contexts such as MAF instead of those of more, let's say, structured and established festival realities?
Well, first of all, I'd have to say that how warmly we've been welcomed coming here. So coming here, it's like that they've already introduced themselves as a family, and you can really feel that. And I think maybe already jumping to the last part of your question, I think often when it comes to independent festivals and smaller festivals where they consider themselves as family working together voluntarily without getting paid, you need to have some passion behind it to really go for it and really, work for that kind of thing because it's a lot of work. And so you can feel the passion, you can feel the people, you can feel their passion for music. And at the end of the day, that's why you get invited, I guess. It's because of your music. And we've been told this arriving, people were like, oh, we love what you do. And that's something that doesn't really happen that much at more established festivals. And it is established. It's been 10 years. And we've actually, it's funny, there's a coincidence, we've been making music for 10 years. So if we share an anniversary this year. So, we feel very connected to these kinds of places because when you walk around, you can really feel the impact that this kind of festival has for that smaller place. Because people will come, it's €5, it's affordable, and it's just about enjoying the music at a beautiful spot and not about building a brand that much or booming it up. So it's more about, doing something for the community, doing something for the passion that you have, I guess. Yeah, so we relate to that very, very fondly, I guess, yeah.
So I thank you very much because in your answer, you already incorporated my third question, actually, which was about how differently you perceive being in a volunteering, culture-based festival instead of more established ones. So you already told me. And we are really happy that this passed to you because this is actually what we would like to pass to our artists as well.
I can add something in so far that we also do this voluntarily in the sense of that we all got jobs next to it. So it's kind of coming to festivals like this where people have jobs and work for different companies next to this festival, something we relate to because that's something we do with everyday life with our music. We have our jobs, our lives, and then we go on tour. So it's always double-sided. It's not our full-time job. That's also something that we can relate to the people who work here as well. Yeah. But sorry, yeah, go on.
Thank you very much. So it's a good fit. MAF 10th edition plus you 10 years, yeah. So now,
yes, we'd like to ask you something about your music. Is there something that characterize Pedestrians? I mean, why did you do your genre? What did you do when you are on stage together? What made you come together and put up a band? I mean, how are Pedestrians born and why do you do what you do?
So as I said, we started 10 years ago, which means we were a bit younger then. And we actually met at school. And I think at about 17, 18. And I think what we still have from that period is a love, like you can feel it here, like a love for making music. So we met through friends who knew that we wanted to kind of make music together. People knew that I wanted to sing like in a band. So it kind of grew out of this joy of making music. And I think up to this day, it really still stands for me. It still stands for a joy of performing, stands for a joy of conveying energy and building up energy with people. And, you know, the like recordings and stuff, we do enjoy them and we love it actually. But that came after we've played live. And I think it was always about coming to places, about traveling, about seeing new things and meeting new people and connecting with places. So I think it's back to your question, it's probably, you know, an openness and a passion for music. Maybe that's a bit what everybody says, but yeah, otherwise if you don't have that, what makes you go like you just need to feel it. Otherwise there's no way you can drive 11 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, so you probably feed off the energy of performing, and that's something we really value at MAF. And my next question was really about your EP running, because when we read your biography, we read that it was conceived during lockdown, during pandemic. And so we were curious to ask, in a period of such difficulties, in a period that was terrible for a lot of people, you managed to record an EP. So did you live this lockdown experience as an hindrance, or something that made life difficult for you as musicians? Or on the contrary, did you make use of that time in which there wasn't a lot to do, to concentrate on your music, to focus on what you were going to play, and then put on your first EP? I don't know if it was the first, but probably the most significant of your career.
Well, first of all, luckily our health wasn't attacked by COVID, so we didn't, in our surroundings, there was no tragic event happening due to COVID, so that was a plus. And secondly, we don't live from the money completely. We don't live from the money we make with music, so we weren't that dependent on the money that came in through the music. So what happened was kind of what you just said. It was this forced break. We couldn't perform. And as I said, this is very important to us. But what we gained through it was kind of, you know, a field of time. And it was just very uncertain. But to me, at least, it felt like it helped making new music in a way, because there was, you know, when you do something year by year by year by year, there can also be pressure that builds up, and pressure about, will it function, will it work, will it be a success, and everything like that. And I think it helped not going about it with like this kind of pressured mind, but just really going back to what we like doing. And at the studio, you know, we were with our masks talking about what we wanted to do, and we just kind of started jamming how it started. And that's a feeling that we hadn't had for a long time. But I think that was because we didn't have any tragic events happening around us. So I think as well in Switzerland, the situation was not as bad as in Italy. So it made us, for us, it did make us kind of free. But precisely because we didn't go into it saying we have to produce something now, we have to achieve something, we have to make something with that time. It was the opposite. It was like, what do we do? And then all of a sudden we started playing music because we were kind of bored as well, you know? So that was like, yeah, I think it was also kind of feeling free. Yeah.
We've seen a lot of photos from Pedestrians performing in front of oceanic crowd, a lot of people in other festivals. In the press kit you sent us before the festival. So we would like to ask, have you got something to keep you going before you perform? Have you got some sort of, I don't know, ritual or something you do to grow your strength before going in front of that kind of people? Especially because you are not just a musician, you don't live just with your music. So maybe you are not that expert on performing and not doing anything else. Have you got a way of making strength for each other before you perform, or you just go on stage and perform and whatever happens?
No, we definitely have strategies. Because I am very nervous before concerts, and so are some of the guys. And I think, you know, to me, it's kind of like a really trying to feel close, because at the end of the day, once you're up there on stage, there's 5 of us, and it's just like you have to feel connected to the others. Like there's no way you're going to have a good concert alone. It doesn't happen alone. So what I really need beforehand is to feel and to see everybody. And, you know, it's also part, if somebody's not feeling that well, that can also happen. You have to like not make a fuss about that and kind of carry that person with you, and then to make it get better. So it's kind of really like trying to come together. We're all in a circle. We all sing. We kind of jump around. We sing together. We scream, and everybody does their little bits. For me, it's warming up, trying to like gain some strength in the voice, and then coming together and like really, you know, seeing each other in the eyes and really feel like what everybody's being about, and then try to go up there together. I think that's probably the one thing I can say. And you know, it's a Swiss song that we always sing. It's Die Tannen am Berglied starten wie sie Geist. And it's like this. It's a funny song you sing to children. It's like a lullaby. So yeah, we do that, and a secret kind of scream. Yeah.
Okay, we thank you for your time. And before going, you can take one a keychain. Oh, you can also take one each for the other members of the band that are not here with us. These are keychain made by Magrabo, which is one of our main sponsors. They mainly produce guitar straps, and they are completely made in Italy. They work very close here in the Marche region, the place where we do the Marotic Acustica Festival, or MAF. And so they realized this keychain for the artist, and we are happy if you take one and bring one to each of your colleagues. And thank you for your time, and have a great time performing and being at MAF. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Forward to see you actually here. Not so much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. We're looking forward to playing loads, and we can't wait to like rock through the night. And thank you very much for these. These are beautiful, and this is a perk you can really feel with like small independent festivals. They work together locally, you know. It's like coming together as well. So thank you very much.